Hi everyone, welcome to what is actually part 5 of my Evacuate Echo base. And if you've been following my clips, we're just concentrating on small little elements of this one particular large level. So if not, go back and look at the whole level so you can see where all the different segments works. But the bit that we're concentrating in this clip is this fire corridor. And the idea of this corridor is that it is only one way. You saw that we could come through, but the fire is going too rapid that you can't get back out. The only way you're going to do is going to get killed. It traps you in. Yeah, so it was designed that the user can't go back that way and is forced to then to go elsewhere in the map. They're trapped. Yeah, I could have had a closing door, but I wanted to show something slightly different. And if you wanted to know where those jet engines come from, they come from the Marvel Battleground playset. And most of these playsets now are dirt cheap, so if you haven't got any of those, go and get yourself the Takeover one. That was a great playset. Go get the driving one as well. I've noticed a lot of places are selling them dirt cheap still, so you could, if you couldn't afford all the characters now that remain left, you still can. You can now because they're about £1, or in the UK they're £1 anyway. They're dirt cheap. And so we thought this time I'll show Sabrina in my clip for this particular section of the level. Okay, so there she's kicked to these areas, and we're going to show you a teleport here that will then take you to the cave area of the map. Now I'm not going to show you all the how to format the cave, because that's going to be in another clip where we add all the effects to make the actual base look like a base. So if you see run over there, I thought that was quite cool the way the snow flicked up. I thought it was quite cool, so I just shaded that. Right. But what we're going to do is we're going to show here that when we come back here and we run through the base, looking around, there are no doors except there is a button there, which means we better press it. When we press that button, yeah, it's going to turn the jet engines off. Now we're just going to concentrate on the button. The bit I'm not going to show in this stage is how we spawn the monsters, but those will be coming again another clip. I quite like the fact that Sabrina drops mines. She drops them down, but then you have to actually make them blow up again. So it's quite cool. She made a lot easier job than what's it, Luke Skywalker did. And also, is anyone looking for looking forward to the final seasons of Star Wars Rebels? I am so looking forward to it. I hear it's meant to be a really good one. So, and they're going to end some proper storylines. So, do we get to hear any more about Ahsoka? I don't think we do. But I am looking forward to the end of this season. So, see what happens on this list. Okay, cool. So now when we come back, we teleport back. And when we go around now, the jet engines have been switched off. So again, I'm forcing my users down a path where they have to fight those monsters or fight that particular area. Well, let's go back to our toy box and see where we are from there. So I've loaded up our toy box up, and we've created the hangar doors, we've created the blast doors, we've created the key collection. So in this section, it's that little drop down area that we've done. You're going to see I'm going to go to Toy Origins, and I'm going to go to my where is it? I can't see it. Where is it? Marvel Battlegrounds. There it is, and that's the jet you have to do. But you have to unlock that with a Marvel character. So be wary on that. Now, at first glance, I didn't realise how big the jets were, so I put the jets here. But they go through the wall, so I'm going to move those later back. So I'll do the jets as many as I can on that particular section. Now, one thing I didn't want the user to be able to do was able to jump over them. I didn't want to have that option, so therefore I thought I'll double it up and give you two areas on the top there where you put the jets through. So that way there was no chance they were going to get you're going to get through there. It's going to burn you up and kill you. Okay, so that is my set of jets. Now the jet properties, they are automatically set to come on a certain time period. Yeah, so each one of those will come on, and they don't stay on permanently. They do then switch themselves off, which is a little bit frustrating. I just like to have just left them straight on, so I would have done it. You walked on and you never get back through there. But our person's going to walk through the corridor. and then they're going to be trapped in this particular area on the screen. So what I need to do is I need to control the movement of those flames. So what we're going to need now, and it's very similar to my broadside attack, and if you like my Rogue One level, again similar how I got the ATATs to fire. So what we're going to do here is just going to create, you'll just see I'm just creating another section for this area, so just put the train area across, and then I'm going to go back to my creativity toys and I'm going to grab a path tool. There you go, simple as that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a running path of where I want to move across. So, and I'm going to do a number of points, but I'm going to do more points than there are jets. So if you look at, we count these together, right? Because you've got 1, 2, and you see I'll do a gap of 2 squares each time, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, now what's also important is I don't use the first point. Yeah, this second point, as we're going to have an item go along this path, it's going to set the actual things going off on the screen. Now the first point, we're going to put a lock in there, which is when we disable it. Yeah, I think I may have done 10 there now. But again, we're going to have a little locator just moving across, and that's going to track our little timer. So we just click this on here, and that's just going to go across along that path. So if I right click onto there, new logic connection, so new path connection, not logic connection, new path connection, and I'm going to link it to that particular path. Alright, no one's going to see this, it's just hidden below. And that now is just moving across, going across, and the speed of that is not too bad. I probably won't even change the speed, I'm quite happy with that. So leave the first one out, leave the first dot, that first dot must be left blank, so we go to the second point, and we do when point reached on path, can we point to the first jet engine, and can we switch the engine on, fire it up, yeah? And I'm going to do the same with the next one. So again, I'm going to probably do the first 2, so you'll see that now comes on the screen, yeah? So the fire comes on, and then the second one comes on. So when the second one comes on, probably do the top one above it, and that's just the thing moving across, but it lasts for so many seconds. So we go back down to the properties of this one, grab the second one. So this is now not the second one, it's now the third point. On the third point, new path connection with point reached on path. I can now set the second one across in there. So new logic connection, switch that on. If I can see my mouse where it is, it gets messy when you've got all the other background on the screen. But this is a really easy little effect to do. So just going to go through each one of these and set these all up. And again, you can use this for anything that you're doing. So, and that's why I can keep telling anyone on the clips, I'll probably sound a bit repetitive now, why I've broken this down into little subsections. So although it looks like it's the biggest level in the world, you can pick these little elements out and use them in your own stories, or however you're going to do it. But for every point it goes across, I'm just moving across. You'll see the links out there. So new logic connection, when point reached on path, can I do the next one? And as you can see, I'm actually just starting with the bottom row, and you'll see the jets go across now, just starting with the bottom row at the moment. Right, and it goes in one way, so it just keeps going across in one way. It doesn't go back and forth, it goes one way. If I switched it to back and forth, then there is a time interval to go in and out of the base, which is not too bad. But if you look there also, the fire's coming through the walls, so you need to push them back. And I set this, I don't know why I didn't do it, because I did set the space just about perfect, so I don't know why, but oh well. I don't know why I wanted to put it there. I think I put them closer because I wanted you to actually see the jet engines, but you don't actually get to see them until you come in. So I might, at a later date, taper off the corners in. Right, so all those now move in. Is that the last one? When point reached on side. I'm now going to do the last one. So I've just done the bottom row. Which is quite straightforward, really, isn't it? So now what we've got to do now is they're all moving across quite nicely. Look at that, all going through. So I was going to get old Luke to jump down over the edge. Now as Luke goes to the fire, you can actually see the jets really clearly, and that's the one key thing that I wanted. I wanted that closeness look. You can see them quite nice, but the only problem I didn't like is that the actual fire goes through the walls, and that effect I didn't really like at all. And I thought, well, you can jump over it, but it's not what I wanted. So that's why I created the two parts, and then I'm going to actually have to move those sections back. If I move Luke back out of the way, what I'm going to try and get to do it is just see if I can use his Jedi powers to do a double jump. It's still not too bad, it's still quite get through, so if you can try and time it right, you could clear it. And I have noticed that as I go through, like if I try and jump it, I'm dead. So I've just got to time it right, and by the time I get back again, I'm dying again on the screen. So died. So that's the whole object of it, was to make sure you could only die. But the plan was here that he could use that type of super jump. So if I move myself to the edge now and time this right and go, right, 1, 2, 3 and jump. See, it's quite not too low, it's still going to get you killed. And then fires back again and I'm trapped in a loop. Anyway, they look good there, but they have to be moved back because I don't like them going through on the other side. Although, to be honest, you wouldn't see that. Well, you would actually, because if you hadn't gone in there first, you see this fire coming through. So, yeah, I moved them back on the setting because I didn't want that little option. Right, so looking at the logic here, I'm making sure it's the third one going across, and then I'm just going to link those up to the top engines now and just do the same with exactly what I did before on that path. So, new logic connection, when it reaches that point, can you set that fire on? So that was from the third point, so that's third, so this is from the fourth. New logic connection, when point reached on path. And I've used this trigger also with my how to create an atom bomb clip, which by the way, I did that someone came up with an idea for me to do the atom bomb, and I thought it was an idea, and then I thought that it was a bit risky coming up with that title, but it was Disney Infinity. But YouTube stopped my account because they thought I was some sort of terrorist wanting to create an atom bomb. And it wasn't from a game. Once I said, please relook at the content, it's to do with Disney Infinity. But it was quite funny, I got a flag because they actually thought it was actually to make an atom bomb. But there you go. It wasn't the effect I was going for, but hey, did make me laugh. Right, we've got here. Oh yeah, just to let you know. No, I've told everyone you've got Helm's Deep coming. Yeah, I've also found a way to blow up a planet. Yeah, just thought I'd throw that in there. I found a way to get a fully operational Death Star, and it actually blew up a planet. So I'm going to show that in another one of my clips as well. So I was busy during the summer holidays. I was busy trying and working different things out. So you're now going to get a whole wad of these clips quickly, and then when Battlefront 2 comes out, I'll have a play on that, and then we'll come back around Christmas time. But it should keep you busy until then. In the meantime, and any ideas like you've been doing, chuck them in. It'll always help me to investigate certain things. I'm just now moving all these back, just putting them back so they now fill the whole corridor without going across the screen. There we go. Just moving all this back. Now, like I say, it's still nothing else like this out there at the moment. No one's come up with anything close to it. I was very disappointed with Lego Worlds. Not the fact the game was good; it was good. The whole family liked it, but it could have been close to this. So yeah, a little bit disappointed. But anyway, I'm going to do a clip on the future, that what developers can do. I'm not a game developer. I just play them, and I wish I could develop games. But someone out there's got to be able to do it. Someone's got to be able to design something similar to this. I just want it to happen, just so someone can prove to Disney that they've made a mistake. Right, here we go. Here's the fire going through. So we can now run through this, so it's not too bad. Now jump through and we get through to the other side. Cool. So now that we're here, we're trapped, we need to create a way of switching those engines off. So we've come through here, we're trapped here. The user now says, well, I'm trapped here, what else is available? So what I want them to do is walk around the base to find out how they get out of it. And to able to switch off those jets, all we need is one logic gate. Just one simple logic gate will switch off that whole mechanism for all those jet engines. Simple as that. Okay, and like I say, very much like my Rogue One Assault. So what we're going to do is just get my creativity toys and just get a logic gate. And let's just go through it wherever they are. Now it's how I got the cannons for the ATATs to fire. Okay, so move it across. Where is it? Dun, dun, dun. I just lost it. I just looked like I got confused there. Sorry about that. Let's go back again. Find my creativity toys. There you go. Right. Let's go and find me a logic gate now. Now what we're going to do here is when we close this logic gate, we're going to get the item to be fixed in a loop. So I'm just going to put a little logic gate here. Yep. And this is why we left the first point alone. You realise the fire doesn't happen until the second point. And what we're going to say is when we do new logic action, when point reaches path, can we input a signal into that gate? Now if that gate is blocked, so new logic action, if that input is blocked, can we reset and play? And what that means is that locator won't travel down the rest of the line, it will just get stuck in a loop. We'll go to the first point and come back. So what we need now is how do I close the gate? So I need a button. So I'm going to go back and get a straightforward big chunky button. There we go. And I've got my little curve here which I designed it to go into this point. Okay, so then when we press that button, yeah, so new logic connection, when button pressed, we want to connect that to that logic gate and we want to say, can you please do that logic gate, can we close it? Okay, and that now closes that particular item. So that closes that setting, that's that done. And now we need to get, but somehow we need to get into this room, and this room is completely sealed. Yeah, this is like no other place before. They don't realize they're in that section. So there is a tool that's quite handy which is called a teleporter. Yeah, I quite like this one. And the teleporters are really good because you don't have to do anything here. So what, we're going to be around this corner. If you go into this teleporter here, if you stand on it, it will transport you somewhere. But a teleporter needs two bases, needs a start and an end. So if we place the other one in the other far corner section here, so we have to force them to go through the caves. Yeah, and we just drop that down in there and we place that there. They were that's it. There's no logic needed. It will automatically jump you from one base to the next, which is really quite handy. I quite like that. And now we jump to a different section of the level. So they just move straight across into this area and we pull it across. Now the one thing we must need to do is that when we restart the game, we need to reset the gate. So again, I've gone back to my restart option, press the setting and say, right, on restart, can we reopen that gate? Okay, again, just looking at how all the elements come together if I just want to replay it. Otherwise you'd have to reload the section up again. Right, if we just do a quick test and show you that working, that theoretically will show that's all we need to do. So let's do that now. Let's be Luke, let's jump him down and we'll go through it. So here he runs. Okay, waiting for the time, wait for the connection, it's moving, and there we go, run Luke. Now I haven't shown you how to get the enemies to appear. Like I say, that is going to be in a totally separate clip and we'll do all the enemies together in different areas that trigger those, okay? But what we're just doing here, we're just doing the logic of what gets through the room. So we teleport, we appear on the other side of the room. Obviously we'll put all the cave markings in here. Look at that, I pressed the button there, I'm just lazy now. And our engines are switched off. And that's how we can make a one-way corridor and give the user that they're forced through the rest of our level. Hope you like this one, I hope you find of use to this in one of your toy boxes, and I'll get the next clip to you as soon as possible. Cheers guys, thanks a lot.